They say every 15 minutes a teen is injured in an underage drinking accident. So.
And it takes 1 second to change your life forever.
The youngsters who drink too much think they can drive home from a party and end up hitting a tree, right? They get wrapped around a tree. They're driving too quickly. They don't have the motor skills. And the unfortunate thing is, you hit a tree, you die. And I've seen too many of those to pick out a specific one.
There is a huge percentage of teens that are participating in underage drinking, and I think it's very scary. Average age of use for starting alcohol is 12 years old. There is research that shows the earlier somebody drinks, there is a link that they can become, more addicted to it or become an alcoholic at a later age in life, the earlier you started.
It happens a lot. You're at a party, you don't want to drink, but everyone else around you is drinking, so you're holding your red cup, and you finish a cup, and then your friend next to you is like, okay, like they're pouring themselves a drink, and they're asking if you want any.
It impairs because if your brain is still growing and you're pouring alcohol in your system constantly, that affects your brain and it affects brain growth. If you turn to alcohol, there's going to be consequences with it. And it doesn't matter if it's your first time to drink or your 50th time to drink. There are always going to be consequences to every action that we take, especially with alcohol.
Obviously, you have not minor possession of alcohol. That's what everybody thinks, the MIP. But y'all really don't understand there's another law. There's MIC, which is minor consumption of alcohol. There's minor purchasing alcohol, attempt to purchase alcohol by a minor. There's all kinds of different offenses that are all under the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Code.
It impairs many things. The first thing it does is the motor skills. So you don't have the ability to control your car as well. You don't have the ability to deal with the pedals as well. And certainly your vision, although your vision doesn't necessarily change, your peripheral vision is no longer as important as what's straight out in front of you. And that's often the reason for car crashes when people are drinking. They don't see what's coming after them. Alcohol is a very usual contributor to people who die in car crashes. That is probably the number one reason that I've seen people who come in dead or dying because of car crashes.
I remember we worked a wreck, and there was a boy driving and a girl in the passenger seat, and both of them were teenagers. The boy had been drinking. He started spinning, hit a telephone pole right on the passenger door, and it killed the girl. And he survived. He was okay, but he ended up going to jail for homicide. And, it's 17 years old to go to prison for the rest of your life. And the parents of that little girl, she was 17 too, to lose their child. And that affected me quite a bit because I had baby girls.
You lose your motor skills, right? You can't walk straight. You can't touch your nose, which is why all the police officers do those sobriety tests. Because if you can't touch your nose, then you probably got alcohol or some other drug on board because you no longer have the coordination to do such.
It's just not cool. Like if you're at the point where you can't even walk after drinking however much you've drank, what the heck makes you think you can operate like a 2,000-pound vehicle? It's just not worth it. Yeah, I'm confident with who I am. When I've had a lot of people offer me drinks at parties, I just say no. Like if you really need an excuse, you can say, oh, I got a test tomorrow, like I can't.
You'll hear a lot of people say, well, just if you're gonna do it, be careful. I don't agree with that. Just don't do it. And it's illegal. Don't commit a crime. And if you see your friends that are doing something and you think it'd be damaging to them, which drinking is damaging to them, then say something to them and try to bring them to your level rather than going down and meeting them at their level. That's what I always preach to people.
Find a parent. Find somebody, right? Find somebody that you trust that you can say, I've got a problem, I want to take care of it.
I promise you will not regret asking for help.
Drinking when coupled with driving form a deadly combination. Underage drinking is a problem, but it's a problem we can fix and prevent with education and awareness by thinking before drinking.